their patient defenses towards the bottom. I basically take the dodge action.
Nice. All right. Eljor.
So so that specter in that bottom corner took a swipe at me, and I dodged, and I'm sort of down crouched. And as I'm down crouched, and I look to the side, and I see the frost that's hit the wall and is like started to melt.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, well, if not frost, maybe fire. So I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame, and come up, sort of say a silent prayer to myself, and as I come up, just to the specter that attacked me in that corner.
Okay. You want to link the spell just for everybody, and then
I will
roll it up.
Do exactly that.
Yeah,
Dexterity, huh?
Dexterity, boy. He's gonna fire this bolt.
How dexterous these here specters.
This flame, he's flaming it up.
Not dexterous enough. That does hit. And as you kind of shoot it up and behind you, you kind of whip it back, and it goes into like almost like its feet, because it was kind of levitating above you almost as you dodge to go down. And you kind of see this white flame almost catch fire of what would be its clothing. You can kind of see it swirl around each remaining leg of the specter, and it goes up and then into its mouth, and it just kind of leans back, and like a column of light goes up through the ceiling, and you can't see where it stops, and it just bursts out of the mouth of this specter.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
That is it for me.
Okay, we are up to Krodak.
All right. So I'm going to have both of my, my axe with this long gilded handle with this giant red ruby in the center that's bladed on both sides. I shrug my shield off of my shoulder, and I'm going to sprint directly at this one in the corner here. This guy.
Okay.
I'm going to try to swing at him.
All right.
Let's go. Big damage, big damage. I have an inspiration, so I'm going to use that and take that 13, I guess, or do you want me to re-roll it?
I will leave that up to you. Which one do you want to do?
Well, it's overpowered if you let me re-roll it.
I know it is. We'll roll with the other roll, but it still does hit. So.
All right, so I'm so focused on this fiend, this beast that's poofed out of this skull, that where I would have otherwise maybe have tripped or stumbled because I'm somewhat clumsy, I'm laser focused, and my strike comes down on top of him. Okay, and I'm going to do that much damage, 13, but also as I bring my sword down, I'm gonna sort of shout, "Ieth clavra mavoreth dwarf father hrut do javur!" Does anybody speak Dwarven?
I think Eljor does.
I don't. I speak Orcish.
Alright, nobody knows what the fuck I said.
Yeah, but I respect the hell out of it.
Alright, I'm here, basically.
Yeah.
Alright, chat, hey, watch the video, see what I said. And I'm gonna burn a charge of Divine Smite.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and link that for the chat.
Correct. And for our players that are new.
Let me go to Smite. Features and traits. Where is Smite on here? Attack. Spells. No. Features and traits.
Actions.
Divine Smite. Here it is for everybody. Alright, whenever I hit with a melee attack, I can expend one spell slot to deal 2d8 extra radiant damage to the target. Plus 1d8 against undead or fiends. I assume that this thing is undead.
Yeah.
So 3d8.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
All right, and so as I bring my axe down and I shout this whole dwarven speech, the red gem in the center of my axe begins to glow, and you see as I bring it down, you almost hear this dwarven chanting behind Krodak's voice, behind my voice, and you see the energy pulse out with this bright, deep crimson flame that emits out around my axe as I bring it down through the specter. And you can literally see the light in the room glint red for a few moments. Bright, deep, crimson red. In the name of the Dwarf Father.
Yeah, so that red lights up the entire room, and keep in mind, it was already yelling at the heavens from the sacred flame. Those two things kind of just mix together inside of this being, and you just almost see it turn to, like, crystal and stone for a second. It, slowly freezes, and it stops yelling, and the sacred flame finally stops, and then it just explodes and red vibrancy, and you guys almost see like little red crystals shatter and go onto the bed and against the back wall and mix in with the melting snow from the ice bolt, and it just basically dematerializes before your very eyes. One down.
Dwarf Father did me right, boy!
Anything else?
That's it.
That's you. Alright, Throck, you're up.
You didn't understand me!
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so you said you went up on the bed? Yeah, it really throws you off of your game, getting on the bed. It's like you kind of like step on a pillow and like almost slides out from underneath you. The sheets start to fall off the bed. You kind of like, for some reason, in the last second, focus on the thing you threw against the wall, and you're like, man, maybe I was really mean to that head. And just in that moment, you just come down and you actually get your axe stuck in the bottom, like basically the foot frame of the bed. You missed everything. Luck. But yeah, it's like you got stuck in basically the bed frame, the bottom where your feet would be while you're sleeping, and you spend the rest of your turn trying to get it out. You finally get it out, and you're a little embarrassed.
Wood chips went fucking flying, though, I'm sure.
Oh, they did. Yeah. You fucked up that bed frame. Yeah. Isadora, you're up.
So after all that, I kind of come into the doorway, but like I'm in the room, so I can see all that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And you can probably guess what I'm gonna do.
I haven't a guess, but go ahead and tell everybody in the audience and in the group.
It's called Mind Sliver.
Yeah, it is.
As you can see, and because no one is smart, it usually works. I'm gonna do it at the one farthest from me.
So the one that's all the way in the corner?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, so... hear that kind of echo along the walls and along the room as Isadora struts into the room, takes her wand off of her side, looks into it until like this dark purple manifests at the end of the wand, and then just takes it and kind of swirls it like a lasso almost, and launches it up and over Raynor and Raven towards the back, focusing on the Spectre's mind. Let's see here. Let me roll that real quick. My favorite, intelligence. So as you do that, you normally feel a connection with the mind of whoever you're assaulting, but you quickly open your eyes to make sure you were focused on back, and it seems to have no knowledge of what you did to it. Make no sort of connection with its mind, and don't feel like you frustrated in the moment back in your belt, and you kind of huff to yourself. And you want to do anything else?
That's it.
Amari, you're up.
I am going to move forward, kind of, even though the room's really crowded. And
If it's
move
friendly, it's
over.
fine.
Yep, I'm gonna hop over here. I'm gonna kind of like make my way over the bed a little more gracefully than Throck did. And even though it's kind of like shattered, I'm just gonna kind of step over, and then I'm going to cast my poison spray cantrip.
Okay.
At the one that's like directly in front of me.
Gotcha. So you kind of take both hands and put them towards the earth. And
Hang on,
you have...
I don't think that casted correctly. That casted frostbite again.
Oh, yep, you did.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Let me go again. There we go.
All right. So you put both hands out, and like you have a trouble in the moment making connection with nature. You feel like it's not anywhere to be found. But at the last second, you remember the den of wolves down there, and you can at least try to manifest and pull something out of what was once stuffed through taxidermy. And you get just a little bit of poison that slowly drips off of each hand as you have your palms laid down. And you take them and smack them together in front of you, and like this mist comes up out of the air, and it forms the head of a snake. And the snake lashes out at the specter.
Rattlesnake, no.
It almost sounds like rain as it drips towards your aggressor, and it doesn't seem phased. It seems like it didn't even know that you did it. In fact, the poison kind of went through its body and kind of landed at Raynor's feet. Raynor kind of notices it and notices that you ran behind it, disappeared for a minute, and then some poison came towards him. But the creature does not seem affected, and it doesn't even realize you really did it.
Okay, that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. So we're back to the specters, and as is par for the course, they're still annoyed by Raynor. They want to find a home in our poor Raynor. So the one that tried to fly into him before rears back again, goes up to the ceiling, and then swoops back down towards Raynor. Make another Constitution saving throw. Alright, it kind of flies in, disappears. You feel gurgling in your stomach again. This time you try to burp, nothing happens, and you begin to throw up. You kind of feel it going up in your throat. Comes out of your mouth slightly. You kind of put your hand up because you don't know what's going on. And let's see here. Okay, hang on just a minute.
Uh-oh.
You take 14 necrotic damage, and as you begin to throw up in your mouth, you slowly look, and the being slowly forms until you have to like take your hand and push it back away from you, and like bile and goop is dripping down off your hands, and it flies back up into the air, and it like laughs and shrieks, and you guys can all hear this shriek go out inside the middle of the room, and your stomach really, really hurts, Raynor.
You sick, buddy?
Always.
The second one sees this, the one that you tried to originally put your hand through before they all materialized, and kind of looks up at its friend, goes up in the air next to it, and it's going to try to do the same thing. It's going to dive bomb into you again. Make another Constitution saving throw. This time you feel like you're ready for it, and as you get the throw up off of your hands, you look up at it, and like you kind of feel it begin to go into your stomach, and you like kind of focus and center yourself in the moment. And for a minute, the whole entire room in battle fades out, and you kind of take one foot and stamp down firmly, and kind of like stretch your chest out, and it just pushes it right back out. And it kind of like looks at you and hisses, and it's right in front of you, but it wasn't able to do anything to you this time. And with that, we're back to Raven.
Noticing the hole that I left in it from the dagger, I want to try to like swipe at it with my short sword.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and roll damage. All right. So yeah, you see that you notice that hole has not went away, even from flying into, into Raynor and stuff. So you take your short sword, you pull it out, and you kind of just thrust it into the hole. But as you do, you kind of shake it back and forth, and like you slice over and over, and it makes the hole even bigger. This time it's almost up to its neck. The hole's pretty massive. It actually looks like Krodak could probably walk through it if he really wanted to, though it is levitating. And you can tell that it is effective. Raynor. Or actually, do you want to do anything else?
No, end my turn.
Okay. Raynor, you're up. Feeling a little queasy.
I'm gonna like wipe my mouth off from all the vomit. Stand up. The one that was it the one that had the hole in it that flew into me?
Yes, that's the one that actually made it into you, and then the other one tried to copy it and it didn't work.
I'm gonna try to like take my quarterstaff and put it through the hole and just take like a wide swing up through its head. So does a 19 hit?
Yeah, roll for damage.
So 9 because I went with both hands.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I will I'll use my bonus action to, if you'll let me, after I come up, I'm gonna like look back at it and just do like a I can't, I'm stuck in my chair, but like I'm gonna kick it with my left leg, like straight up, like right in its face, as my unarmed attack. If you let me.
Yeah, go ahead. That's cool.
Yeah.
That also hits.
For 5 damage.
Nice. So you take it, you lift your quarterstaff, go up and through it, and like your quarterstaff almost hits the wall behind you, and then you take your other leg and kick up, and as you do that, between the two motions, it just turns to dust. Black dust.
Hell yeah.
Good job, man.
And then I'm gonna face the other one and spit, look straight at it, end my turn.
All right. We are on to Eljor.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna kind of spin. I wanna chain, basically in the realm of combat. Like I casted my flame, and then Krodak finished that one off, and then I want to kind of spin around 180 to face the remaining specter. And almost in the same breath, chain those two spells together. So I'm going to cast Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
At this last one.
Let's see her. Yeah. So you're able to weave it through again, and again it goes up and it looks up towards the heavens, and just a column of light comes out of its mouth again. Same thing as before. Like it literally can't move, and it's just pouring out of it up towards the ceiling. And it did hit.
Yeah. Yeah, so whatever posture I finish that on is what I'll hold, and that ends my turn.
Okay. Krodak, back to you.
All right, sir. Here's what we're gonna do. So, Krodak I saw the specter like go into Raynor's body. Is that what happened?
Yep.
I would hope so.
You also saw Raynor kind of throw up afterwards, like in his hand and stuff. He tried to cover it up, in the moment, but.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of try to muscle my way and push my way through Raven and Eljor, and maybe like sort of squeeze and squeeze through them. And I'm going to get over to Raynor. I'm going to look at the Spectre. You hold on 1 second. Hey, buddy, are you okay? Is your stomach hurting? I saw you throw up. I know this isn't the best time, but this is pretty nasty. Are you okay? I'm gonna pat him on the back.
I feel like shit.
How much feeling like shit do you feel? If you could, let's say we were trying to give it a number. How much feeling like shit do you feel?
It is screaming at you while you're doing this.
I'll be right with you, sir.
Well, I mean, one of those things just flew into my stomach. So I'd scale like a 1 to 5. I'm like a 4.
Okay, you're actually way taller than me. Okay, buddy, here's what I'm gonna do. And I've sort of grabbed your wrist like this. I'm patting it. I've got my axe, so I'm patting it with my other hand like this. You know what I'm saying? The axe is out this way. I'm gonna take care of this really quick, and then I'll make you something to make your tummy feel better. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, and then I'm gonna turn back to you. Ah! And I'm gonna swing the axe down on him.
Okay. That was nice.
Alright.
Damn, it is gonna be on some things going on.
Yeah, that hits.
21?
Yeah.
I thought I saw the 1, and I thought that's what I was gonna get, but
Oh, that would have been great.
it would have been, because I was distracted with fucking
Yeah.
Raynor's tummy.
Yeah. Nah, that hits though.
I bet. Yeah. I do 7 damage.
Very nice. You're like, I'll be right with you. And then you finally do a little monologue and you talk and you just kind of turn and like out of nowhere, take your axe in both hands, just kind of come over down on the top of it. And you slash through it, and then you kind of take your axe back and pull up, and you also leave a small hole, kind of like Raven did in the other one.
In the Spectre?
In the Spectre, yep. And you can see towards the wall. It's almost like a hatchet wound, though, because of how you went down. It coalesced at the back of the top of its head, but then you pulled out, and that's where it stayed. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And it yells at you again as soon as you do that.
Yeah.
Is that you? Okay.
Yeah.
Brock, we're back to you. You've conquered the bed. What now?
Think you're better than Throck as he yanks his axe out of the bed. Kind of pieces kind of shatter everywhere as he gets his blade back. And he looks towards the other Spectre and he starts running off the bed. You see actually like one big jump, and he's wanting to attempt to like put one foot onto God, what's your name? Kordak's shoulder, and then like use him to leap forward with his axe, a lot of momentum, and just come down onto the
You're gonna
Spectre.
use Krodak as a step?
Yep.
I'm going to tighten up as he gets there. I'm going to I feel him on me as I swing through it. I'm looking at that hole. I'm going to tighten my shoulder up to help him, like, push off of me.
Boys,
I'll allow it.
boys.
Just make an attack roll.
Now you die! As he flies towards him.
Okay.
Oh, God!
Oh, buddy!
No.
You jump, but then at the last second you take your axe in midair and you turn it almost like a spear, and you attempt to stab it through, and it just goes right through the hole of where Krodak pulled his weapon out, and you get stuck in the wall with the Spectre around your axe. And it's kind of like you can see black pulsing and coalescing all around, like the entire shaft of your battle axe, and then it like hisses and yells at you. And yeah, your axe is stuck in the wall.
Not quite the way Thrak thought this to go.
Me either.
So to pull the axe back out, are we talking action or bonus action?
I'll let you do it as a bonus action.
A bonus action attempt to rip my axe out of the wall.
Yeah, just make an athletics.
Alright. No problem for Throck, as he just rips with all his might to get this axe out of the wall.
I hope it's no problem for Throck. Yeah, you get it out.
He good. Thought good.
Yeah, you're able to pull your axe
That's
back
the
out.
chief. Put some respect on his name.
Yeah, put some
Cheap.
for real.
Right, that's right. Alright.
Anything else?
No. God damn it.
Sorry, dude. Isadora, we're back to you.
So she's gonna try something different. Hold on.
Okay.
And it's called. She's gonna cast Dissonant Whispers.
Ooh.
I don't know that I like the sound of that.
I do.
That's cool. It's a good band name.
A good band name, nice.
Okay. Yeah. Let me roll for that. Wisdom, huh?
That's cool.
Correct.
That's so cool.
So
Mhm.
you guys kind of all hear those noises and those whispers go around the room. It happens for about 10 or 15 seconds in the moment, and you kind of see Throck as you're pulling your axe out, the Spectre's eyes just go wide. And I have to run away, huh?
That is correct.
As far as you
So
can.
And as you sprint, we all go butt.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Far away as possible from...
Correct.
Me.
So it has to run through all of us for its entire movement
That
speed.
sucks.
Unless it can move through the
Well,
wall.
A lot of
If it can
reactions.
move through the wall, it can dip that way.
Into the. Yeah.
Otherwise, I know you see the path.
Well, I would argue that in the room, it's already as far away as it can go. It says it moves as far away as it can from her, and
Can you go through the wall or no?
no, it can't.
Okay. Yeah. I think
It
you're
is
probably
as
right.
far away as it can get from her already.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually, you know what?
it could go to that
I
corner.
will move it down here, and it's
Yeah.
going to go right through Throck and past Raynor. So I'm going to let
I like
Raynor, Krodak, and Throck do attacks on it.
That I think you're right. I think that is as far away as it could get in this room. I think you're right.
I really want to take the attack, but since it never actually moved from within 5 feet of me, technically I shouldn't get that attack.
That's
I'm actually
true.
going to stick with it. It just backs into the wall. Like, it can't go anywhere. It's scared of what happened. It hears it in its head, all that whispering that I played for like 30 seconds. So it
Okay.
can't run any further away. But it did take some damage.
Which I need to roll.
3d6.
Quattro DiMaggio.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Good roll.
All right, yeah, you guys got to see it back against the wall, and it's like you can see it's taking its bony, like, incorporeal fingers trying to get the axe away from it now that Throck was pulling out, and it's like backing up against the wall and like kind of phasing in and out, but it can't escape the room, you can tell. But yeah, since it was already as far away as it could safely get because it can't move through walls. Yeah.
Look, Throck scared it.
Anything else, Isadora?
That's it.
That was cool. I don't know if did you guys hear the whispering?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. We are back to Amari.
I am going to. Okay, I thought I was muted.
You're good.
I am going to cast Produce Flame and then hurl it like a fireball. So display and then cast.
Okay.
And then let me know if I need to roll damage.
So you guys kind of see her just whip up over and over. It almost looks like a mini tornado in her hand as she brings it forth. She's reminded of the wildfires that struck one summer on the farm, and it burned all the crops, and you guys had to sell 3 cows to do it. And in that moment, it just makes you mad. So you take it, and you put it back behind your head, and then you take it and almost underhand it at the last second in one full motion. Range spell attack. You rolled a 6. Yeah, so you take it and you do that, and you, in the act of trying to avoid hitting Throck and Krodak and even Raynor, you aim just a little bit too high, and it actually hits the ceiling, and the ceiling catches on fire a little bit right above its head. It doesn't hit. It doesn't look like a wildfire that's going to go out of control, but it does char and burn the ceiling there. Sorry, you missed. I know it sucks.
Is it supposed to do that?
No.
Oh,
No, it's not.
okay.
So, it looks up at the thing too, and it finally like regains composure, and its eyes get big, and it screams like you guys have been hearing off and on throughout the night at everybody in the room. And as it screams,
Cat,
Out of fucking nowhere.
is it in the stream?
RKO at it.
Cat's in the stream.
I
What you
see
think
it.
about the cat, Twitch?
as you do that, Raynor, before your very eyes, the one that you kicked in the dust, you see all the bits of dust that were floating through the room and through the halls and stuff come back into one full piece, and that specter is back and in the room again.
I'm sorry, which one?
The one that he kicked and turned to dust. The one that was in the middle. Basically, Krodak, it's like right on top of you almost. It's like right fucking behind you.
No thank you.
Yeah, no thank you. And that one also yells, and you can hear it from behind you, Krodak. The one that was afraid now seems to be refocused and hisses at Raynor and attempts to do another dive bomb and is going to fly into you. Another Constitution saving throw.
Okay. You got it. Easy.
Oh, there you go.
This time, you're familiar with this attack now, and you take both your hands, and you don't feel like it would help, and you take them and put them almost like in a triangle, and then you push out like that. And you guys can almost see in the room, he pushes so fast and just in such a moment that like it makes visible wind, and the thing is repelled and it hisses. The one behind Krodak, immediately as it materializes and reforms, is going to attempt to attack him from behind.
The one that I killed?
No, the one that Raynor killed. You're just occupying its space.
All right.
Let me go ahead and roll this thing. And if you would also make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm stout. Got that dwarf blood.
You are.
Yeah.
You are.
Facts.
If I was level 6, I'd be real fucking stout.
Yeah, you would.
Stout with my charisma modifier. I am immune to disease.
Ooh.
I know. I know, it's not disease.
What a concept.
So, like, you kind of look back, and, like, after Throcken just jumped on your shoulder, you see this thing come back out, and you're like, what the fuck? But, like, you take your shoulders and get like this. It, like, gets on his back, and everybody in the room can kind of see it almost like biting and clawing on its back, even though it's incorporeal. And then you kind of just see Krodak's eyes close and focus, and he just goes like this, and shakes it off, and it flies back through the air. Unfazed.
Damn.
Didn't touch you. And...
Get up!
Get off me! We're on Raven. It's Raven's turn. The one that, keep in mind, this was the one that you had put your dagger through and then the short sword. That is no longer there.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pull out my bow and aim for the one that's in front of Raynor. The one that's already been hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus!
I'm telling you, here's a lot of damage.
God damn! Inch plus you rolled a 19
Yeah.
Yeah.
to
So,
hit.
yeah, just to... So, she shoots and fires. She actually uses Raynor's shoulder to balance the very tip of the arrow, and it actually, Raynor, as she shoots it, you feel it just... It doesn't pierce your skin or anything. It wasn't malicious, but she was just trying to steady her shot while also shooting it along the wall perfectly. It makes friction, and it kind of burns your shoulder just slightly, and it whips through, and it goes right through the face of the Spectre, and now there's just a big gaping hole where the Spectre was shot at. It doesn't reform, and you guys can see the arrow twanging on the wall behind it. Yep.
I'm gonna pat like Rainer's shoulder, like I'm sorry if that hurt, and then put my bow away and end my turn.
Actually, as it does that, it turns into dust. The hole was there for a minute. You kind of see it turn. It tries to scream, so the hole just shakes violently, and then it just all falls to black dust on the floor, like somebody spilled something.
Okay. Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. We are on Rainer.
Alright, so this one's like kind of above Krodak.
Yes.
Alright, so I'm gonna take my staff, just with one hand this time, just so I have like the extra reach, and just kind of like try to jab it.
Okay.
I don't think that hits.
So you try to play it really safe because you don't want to accidentally hit Krodak, and he was like kind of shaking and tussling with the Spectre. And so you kind of miss aim, and you kind of just catch air. It doesn't really get anything.
Alright, and then for my bonus action, I'm going to try and like jump and do like a spinning jumping kick over Krodak's head and try to hit it with my foot.
You gonna use Krodak?
No, I'm just trying to like... Because
Okay.
he's like,
Footstool?
Yeah,
no,
apparently.
He's like, I'm like, I'm tall, he's short. I feel
Yeah. You can do that. You can clear him. You're tall enough.
Tall,
Yeah.
how tall are you?
I wrote it down somewhere. I don't remember. That I just rolled 4 8s, so I don't think I'm hitting with anything there.
Yeah, you whiffed. You almost actually catch Krodak in the face. He just kind of like steps out at the last second. He's like, he thought maybe you were trying to like use him as momentum, so he got down low for a minute. And he's like, oh, you're not doing that. And so you just kind of catch air.
Yeah, I
with the
got down
roundhouse.
low and you did a rising fucking crane kick
Yeah.
right by me.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's it. That's my
That's it?
action and bonus action.
Okay. Eldror, you're up.
Yeah. I guess as this one comes up, I'm caught so much by surprise. I don't have sort of the mental like quickness to go for a spell. So I'm just gonna grab my mace and just swing at it up top.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't have one on the screen.
It's because he's inside of you. Like you guys are like the room.
Oh, he's in my square?
Yeah. Yeah, he's floating above you. Let me try to just to get him back on the map. Yeah.
Cool.
There we go.
Cool.
Yeah. You make contact with it. You kind of like feel, since you're not usually in the throngs of melee, you kind of go with your mace, and as you get halfway through the body, you kind of like feel like you're going through sludge. You don't remember combat dummies at the cathedral or at the church or even outside the library when your friends were goofing off being that hard, but you push through anyway. And like you kind of shake your mace on the way out, and black sludge kind of goes everywhere. And you left almost like a scrape through it. You can't see through any of it, but like the pieces and ends of your mace caught the backside of it since it was facing the other way.
Yeah. And then, well, the tokens as they're situated now are good. I just want to make sure I think that's going to be the end of my turn.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Krodak, you up.
All right.
Kind of behind you, floating. You wrestled it off, and it's back behind.
Why do these things keep coming back? Are we doing something wrong? And I'm going to swing at it.
Okay. So you go to swing at it, and because you were distracted by the crane kick, you kind of go to the left for just a second, and you try to get its leg, but it kind of just dematerializes, and you feel like you didn't really affect it at all.
Okay.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Back to Throck. His honor is offended.
Yes, it is. So he's right here now, right?
Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of the room. Everybody's got a side on it almost. Keep in mind, though, Krodak's technically below it and in your way. I guess you could try to use him again.
I was just checking.
Oh,
something.
he's
Sorry.
below. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
How high up is he?
Oh, it's not a tall room. He's floating right above him. You could easily reach up and hit your axe still.
All right, that's Rock 6 foot with reach within the axe, so he should be able to hit him.
Yeah.
So basically, he's going to kind of start with his axe kind of like low on the ground and start to do like a twirl from like the left all the way around from to his back, kind of like an uppercut with his axe this time, trying to just get a slice. Throck never misses 3 times. Rah! And just tries to
I hope not.
get this shot in.
Come on, Throck!
Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, it's 25 slashing.
All right.
That's what melee is supposed to do.
Correct.
As he swings up
You
against
put a
through
big
it.
gash all the way up it, and its whole body is almost split in half now. It's still floating, but it can't piece itself back together. It's almost 2 pieces, half of a body, perfectly down the middle. You got a long, clawed, spiny arm on the left, some hair on this side, some hair on the other side, one leg on this side, the other one kind of floating off doing its thing. It looks very surreal.
Battle Chieftain Throck now and live. That's it.
Okay. And Isadora.
So she's gonna cast her firebolt this time.
Okay.
Cantrips are the name of the game.
They really
Oh
are.
yeah.
For real.
Let me roll.
All right. Make a ranged attack roll, if you would.
Did that not go? There we go.
Yeah, so you take your wand, and this time you spin the wand around. One side was for the mine in purple. This side, you focus on fire, and you kind of stare into it until the edge of it catches fire, almost like a candle. And then you take it and hold it up in the air. And actually, the fire from Amari, where she hit the ceiling, you guys see pieces of embers slowly go towards the wand, and it catches fire with this. And you take it, and you just almost chuck it. It's so close you can almost hit him with the wand, and you do strike true. That's 13, huh? All right. And you see it immediately poof into smoke this time. Goes away.
No, that's the to hit. She needs to roll the damage.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
1d10. My bad. Oh,
Just click 1d10 in.
Yeah.
Probably the same thing, though.
yeah, it still did it. It still got it. So,
All right.
yup.
Did it fucking poof?
It did. It turned into smoke this time, and kind of slowly is just floating around the room, almost like a campfire.
Better run, rock.
Why did they keep coming back? Are they supposed to do that?
As you say that,
Uh,
the one that Raven shot and went up into dust rematerializes.
All right, my fault. I'll turn the music back on. My bad.
You're good.
My bad.
Rematerializes behind Raynor. Raynor, make another Constitution saving throw.
yeah.
I nutted too early, stream. My bad.
So you kind of feel it go into your back this time, and it almost like crawls up your spine, and you can kind of feel it moving around in your brain for a minute. And you blink, and you take your eyes, and you go like this with your eyes, and like you kind of like grab a piece of this specter almost, and like you can't really hold it because it's not there, but you're able to slowly will its way out of your eye, and you fling it almost against the wall.
Why me?
Because you're there. You're right there. I lost my initiative tracker. Where the fuck did that go? Oh lord, where did that go?
Yeah, between the music turning off and the initiative going away, like, oh, okay. Happy day.
We weren't done.
That's my bad. That's my
good.
fault.
You're good. Who are we on? Isadora just attacked. She was
You
the
can
last
pull it back
one.
up. Hold on.
Can you?
Amari was
Yeah.
next.
Amari
After
was
the door, it would be me.
Here, watch. I'll just hold on. I'll pull it back up. Hold on.
Okay.
But just remember, I was an 11. So just manually reset me at 11. There you go.
Oh, nice. Yep.
But just manually reset me at 11.
You got it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You thought you were done. You gotta put these things down right.
Yeah, what, guys? I've said it like 8 times. Does nobody have anything to say? Are we doing something wrong?
Amari,
Magic.
it's your turn.
I think they just roll.
What do you mean, magic?
In the room.
What are you talking about, Raynor?
I kicked
Yeah.
the one, and he came back. Raven shot one, and they came back.
Pretty useless at this point.
What do you mean? I sometimes you have to explain it because I'm not the smartest dwarf.
Yeah, you have to ask it a question.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Spectre guy.
No,
Can you please not?
Ask it a question.
I just asked it a question. Excuse me, Mr. Maybe you didn't hear me. Mr. Spectre!
No. Axe. You know, this axe.
Okay, axe, I have one.
In question. Rah.
Excuse me, Mr. Axe. Can you kill the Black Spectre thing, Mr. Axe? Is that right? Did I do it right?
Worst orc ever.
No. Amari, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to, out of frustration of none of my attacks hitting, run up to the thing with my dagger and just kind of like stab at its head.
Okay.
All right. You run up to it and you, like, almost like serial killer, profusely just stab 3 or 4 times because you're frustrated about it and keep coming back. And each time it just over and over, dodging every one of them. And you leave a bunch of wooden stab marks on the wall, but you don't hit anything. Sorry. Anything else?
Nope, that's me. I'll back away.
Are you gonna move more than 5
I'm gonna
feet?
go back to the I'm gonna go back to the corner, kind of where I was.
Okay. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
That's mean.
I believe.
In a thing called love.
So, the reason that happened is because you moved out of its 5 feet. So it got to attack at you. You made the save. So it tried to go inside of you. You saw it, like, twirling into a spiral after you missed the knife. And, like, you're slowly, as you're backing away, trying to hit it with the knife over and over, almost like swatting at bees. And it keeps poofing in and out, in and out, in and out. And then it ends up trying to go towards your mouth. And at the last second, you close your mouth. And it's denied entry. And it floats back out, back to where it was. And hisses and howls at you. And screams at you. And it's actually its turn now. And it's going to try to do it again. So make another one. You have its attention now. Again, same thing. It goes and dive bombs in. It tries to go down at your feet this time and come up through the bottom half of your body. And you kind of shake your pants like you're on fire, and you can feel it. You feel it burning in your veins for a minute, but then you shake it out when it gets up to your torso, and it kind of flies back in 2 halves and then becomes whole again and screams and howls at you. But you resisted it yet again. And we are on Raven.
I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. I'm gonna use my my short bow and aim at it.
Yeah. Yes, that does hit. And as it's distracted with Amari, you kind of shoot through its side. This time you leave a perfectly hollow through and through, like the bullet or the arrow went perfectly through both sides of its head, and it twangs into the wall again and shakes, and there's a perfectly circular hole on both sides that also goes through where its brow would be. You could see through the entire thing. It's like a perfect cylinder, almost.
Okay, and end turn.
Okay. Raynor?
Alright. I want to do. some things should just stay dead, and I'm gonna drop my staff and like hold my arms up to my chest and take a deep breath in, and then I'm gonna breathe out through my nose, and red flames are gonna shoot out, and I'm gonna summon my arms to the astral self.
All right.
So it needs to make a DC 14 dexterity save, or take 2d4 force damage on the summon.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
So, damn.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. So you do that, and you say some things must stay dead, and it's kind of almost next to you, but it's been distracted. So you kind of plant both feet. You see the flames shoot out of your nose. Both arms come up behind your arms, and in unison, you take and lock your arms together like this, and take your elbow and just drive it against the wall. And as you do that, both the arms behind you do the same thing, and it explodes in red powder against the wall. And just you can't see anything. There's like nothing left. It entirely dissipated.
Oh, that was it?
That was it. It's only got 22 HP.
So, what do they look like?
Oh, right, you were here. Okay, so
Oh yeah, he
they're
wasn't here. That's right.
two massive, 10-foot long, scaled, like hulking arms with these giant beaded bracelets on both arms, and the fingernails on all of them come to like a pointed claw, and they're both like on fire almost. They're bright red.
Gotcha, okay.
Something should stay dead.
Nice.
You can end the music now. They are all actually dead.
And they're like floating like right above my head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
right. Better run.
Did we axe him, Throck? Was that correct?
I think the question was asked correctly.
I know I axed a couple of them.
Cost me
The rock asked you into that bed over there, and over here dismantled and in the wall a little bit.
Hey, those are some pretty big arms you got there. Does everyone in your dwarf tribe do that?
I'm not a dwarf.
No, he's my
You are a
inferior.
dwarf. We're all dwarves here.
Do I look like a dwarf to you?
I mean, not a dwarf that I've ever seen, but I haven't met all the dwarf clans in the world. I've met a couple of them. My cousin Brogdon is from a different clan, and they're kind of weird over there. Their skin's dark, and they have, they sort of do this weird piercing thing, and then when they mate with their women have really long beards, but that doesn't mean anything for me. People are dwarves. One dwarf is as good as the next.
Rock has nipple pierced. Rock not a dwarf. Want to see?
You know, Throck, I do want to see that.
As he starts to kind of pull his tunic away, and then he starts to pull the scale mail,
This is it right here. See?
It's like a little pierce of like a little skull figurine hanging from his nipple.
Nice.
That's very interesting. Is that a mark? So you must be Throck of Skull Nipple Clan, Skull Nipple Dwarf mining colony. I don't know.
Well, actually, Throck's family doesn't get the respect they deserve. Throck's father was this big warrior, and then, Throck tried to do some warrior stuff, but Throck liked pottery better, and everybody make fun of Throck. So finally, Throck got mad and challenged, Raynor over here for chieftain, and of course, Throck won. And, so, yeah, the potter has beat the warrior, and, well, he knows his place now, right?
He looks over towards Raynor.
I'm gonna look towards Kronak. I've never met this man in my life.
Okay, but how about all this throw up on the ground, and we look down and there's like a big pool of throw up. Is your tummy feeling better? I think I have some dried jerky if you need to settle it.
I'm gonna sit down like crisscross on the ground. My arms are still fucking out, but they're like this above me.
Yeah.
Actually, that sounds really good.
So, okay. Let me see what I have here. I'm gonna reach in my pocket. I'm going to pull out a big, thick, sort of like square, probably about 3 inches by 3 inches square of really tightly woven and overlapped, dried, looks like jerky. And when I hand it to you, you can see that it's like perfectly shaped. It's not jagged around the edges. It's kind of thick, and it smells sort of like pepper, paprika, and maybe it's like of some sort of gamey meat. So you get the hint of some game in it. This is really good. I got it from the Great Hall yesterday before I went out. Here, you can have some. This will make you feel better.
I'll take it and I'll break it in half and hand half back.
No, thanks.
Thought you were Throck's friend too? You said you were Throck's friend. Throck give you a good deal on Red Jewel.
And so
I just take that piece you chewing on right there. I just out of your mouth, give it to Throck. Yeah. It's just great jerky.
So, I was trying to get your attention, Krodak.
Oh.
Is this... Yeah, go ahead and...
There you go.
Yeah, Throck takes it and enjoys the jerky. He also looks over to Raynor and really actually thinks he is sick and acting funny.
Raynor, you haven't... Throck hasn't noticed you pick up an axe in a while. What were you doing during that last fight?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, when Throck fights you, you swing big axe at Throck's face, and now you don't swing big axe at other stuff's face. You, like, changed the way you fight all of a sudden.
Oh, buddy. You have the wrong guy. You seem like a great person, but I've never met you in my life.
Yeah, it's mighty suspicious, but alright. Throck, keep an eye on you, and if you need an axe, Throck might just let you borrow a Throck axe. Throck's starting to feel bad for you, using your fist and stuff, and there's these big arms. I mean, where did these arms come from?
Years of training.
As this banter continues, Eldor, you're kind of collecting yourself, and you've kind of been low to the ground this whole time. You kind of stand up, dust yourself off, and you notice that in the melee and the ice ball being thrown and Throck smashing the bed, and the bed's now fully collapsed from where he jumped off of it and used Krodax as a step. The mirror is moved slightly, and you see what looks like almost like a piece of a door.
In the mirror?
Behind the mirror.
Behind the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to I guess the conversation's happening in the moment, and I will silently walk over to the mirror. And I guess grab it and move it out of the way.
Yep. As you do, you could tell it was intentionally hidden because it's almost exactly the size of the mirror. Looks to be a passageway. You can tell the wood is just slightly off, like they tried to copy it from the rest of the walls in the room, but it just didn't turn out the right way with the die. And there's a basically gold clasped door handle that looks like the mouth of a wolf with the door there.
I'm gonna, once it's exposed and I get a good look at it, I'm gonna turn around, and as they're bickering, I'm gonna say, "Guys, look at this." I'm going to reach for the door handle.
As you touch the door handle, you hear a howl in your mind. It's very loud. It's piercing. And like you guys all see Eldor kind of shudder as he touches the door. And the scene fades to black. And that is where we will pick up next session.
Oh.
All right.
Good times, guys. Good times.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry I was half an hour late. I thought it was 9:30. Did you like 9:30 last week? But it's 9.
It's 9. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, we're gonna try to do 9 to 12:30.
Okay.
Potentially. So yeah. The key with the actually, you know what, I'm not even gonna tell you.
That was fun. I was kind of absent for the first little while because I was setting the fucking stream up, but you guys did well.
Yeah, you got me all wanting to stream too, so we dual streamed it.
Did we?
Yep, I YouTubed it, he Twitched it.
Nice.
Nice. That's smart. That's smart.
That is. All right.
If you give me a link to yours, I'll put it in the bio for the YouTube stream, and then you could do the same for the Twitch stream.
Yeah, I didn't really have anybody watching tonight, but like I didn't know I was doing tonight, so like I could prepare my people next time so they actually watch.
Sure.
Oh, like they'll get on.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. That is that.
It was fun.
It was. Enjoy your evenings. You guys are
Almost level 5.
just no.
Are we level 5? Come on, we're level 5.
No, you're not. You are not.
I go from a D4 to a D6.
Come on, chat.
Extra
Chat, should we
attacks.
be level 5.
Extra attacks.
Y'all ain't found shit.
Come on, chat. So are we level 5 yet or
We
not?
found
Let's
the
go,
mirror. We found some like spectrals. We found some
Let me get-
staircases.
Let me get level 5
they
in
were
chat.
weak, bro. They came back, but they were weak.
Yeah, y'all aren't level 5. Nope. I'm about 0.5 done with the house, if that helps.
That is true.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, we're only point. Are you serious?
Yeah, you literally, that door is 50%.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank-
sorry. Yeah.
Every time we finish a floor and we come back out into the foyer, the staircase is going to keep going up. We'll just keep going up.
No, you found a secret door. You gotta see what's on the other side of that.
No.
Death.
Strahd actually just this one house.
Yeah, this is the one house in
The
Strahd.
infinite house.
You're actually in a miniature house inside of his castle, just hanging out.
I wish we would have had the stream running for some of the stuff we did at the beginning.
Yeah, it was good.
It was. It really was. The scene, I really liked the scene with the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was excellent.
That was epic.
It was. That was a very good scene.
I play on that a lot. So I didn't know who was going to play the piano. I actually thought it might be Eldor with Channel Divinity and learning how to do it, but I like that people
Oh.
just tried it. So as
Yeah,
long as somebody
yeah.
played the piano and somebody played the harp and they didn't roll 4, it was going to happen.
I like the dwarf song, like the
Wellerman.
yeah.
yeah, like the yo-ho chant, like going into like
Oh, yeah.
the most intense.
That was a good
emotional-
ad-lib, man. Yeah. That was awesome.
That was sick.
It was.
Yep, I've still got a lot of stuff planned. Still haven't